closer so you're not so tall, small. Hey everybody, it's the Yay or No Way show, and look at that, I can take my glasses off, but they're still on with Randy and Kim, and we are...
Oh, did you see that? Oh, I guess my hand.
We are, look at that, no hair. We are live from the cellar of Cummings & Company Realtors. I like how they do that on some of the commercials, like live from the top of, Mount
the
Washington.
Empire State Building.
In Nottingham. Hey Frank, how's it
Frank.
going? So today we're going to talk about snow day activities. We just experienced a bunch of snow, a little bit more than anybody was predicting, especially me.
Yeah.
And I don't predict snow. And then we're about to get some more, I think, tonight.
So I just read, because I think that I didn't realize that it was supposed to snow. I did read it was a little bit of snow, but it's supposed to be like a lot of ice, which is like the
We're
worst.
right in that zone. We're right in that middle part of the country.
Because it's going to be so cold. So get ready. So we figured we would tell you guys all about all the fun stuff that you can do while you are stuck in your house.
And productive.
Productive stuff. And
Probably more productive than fun, maybe.
So what is your favorite thing to do on a snow day?
So one of the things that we were talking about this morning that I'm looking forward to, I haven't done it yet, one of my favorite things to do, and I'm sure it's going to be the kids' favorite thing to do as well, is to clean my sidewalk with the flamethrower.
I don't even know why this is a thing.
All gangsters clean their sidewalks with flamethrowers. It makes them dry and clean and clear and everything. So when you're buying a house, we're going to tie this into real estate. When you're buying a house and you have a house that faces north, during the winter months, you could very well have 2 or 3 months where the sun does not hit the front of your house.
At all.
So if you have like very flat land, it doesn't slope off or anything. And you're going to have snow and ice accumulation. And with us, if we don't get rid of it, if the kids walk out there and step on it, it crushes down. It's hard to get off. It's amazing. The people that live on the other side of me, I'm frightfully jealous of them during the winter months because they don't even go out there and do anything. It just melts the next day.
So that's a great question for your realtor when you're out there looking at houses is how long will the snow stay in front of my house?
Yep.
And the answer for Randy's
You want a southerly view. If your house faces south, you're going to have a lot less green on the front of your house. You're going to have a lot less moss. You're going to have a lot less other stuff growing on it. And you're going to have a lot of sun. The other benefit to it as well is you're not going to have the sun in your backyard in the evening, which, as we all know, in the Maryland sun and anywhere in this region, in the evening, if it's baking down on you, it's not very comfortable to be out on your deck.
My house. Can't go outside, especially at 5 o'clock.
Yep. So we're going to talk about some fun activities. So definitely, you've got your normal stuff, building snowman fights, where you take a snowman and you throw it on somebody else.
I've never done that, but now I'm not really much for snow activities.
If you could sneak up on them with this huge
with
crater.
I would like to see that happen, by the way.
It's pretty good. It usually definitely takes them out. But you're going to get hit with a lot of snowballs if they see you coming. Just hold it up in front of you, run at them.
As a shield.
You need to take them out. Snowball fights, building forts. It just doesn't seem like we're getting the amount of snow. I guess when I was smaller,
it seemed like a lot more snow.
But I remember there was this place where they plowed when I was growing up, where literally we had like a 15-foot pile of snow where they plowed it all down to.
I had never.
Do they take the snow out of your neighborhood, or did it?
Pile things onto like the the little medians and things like that in the neighborhood, and then if we get a lot of it, the kids will use that as a mountain, which looks a little unsafe and it's dirty, but if they're having fun, good for them. So
yeah, it's cool. I like digging tunnels through it and going all out.
I'm not really much for snow activities. I don't like being cold. So, and I didn't grow up in where it really snowed a lot. So I watch. I'm a
watcher.
A watcher, a snow watcher, if that's a title.
So what do your kids like to do?
I mean, they like to go out and throw snow and sled, like whether it's like a real. I don't think we actually own like a real sled, but they'll get like the trash can lid or whatever, a pizza box.
Shine it up like Christmas Vacation. Get it to a high gloss. Go down the hill at 4.
Now that we have a toddler, he likes to go outside. He doesn't really understand the concept of like that you have to stay warm. So explaining the mittens to the 2-year-old is a little challenging. So if anybody has any suggestions of how I can get my son to keep his mittens on, please throw that down in the comments because he was cold.
Yep.
But he likes to stay out there for a long time.
We have some big hills that I guess separate us from one of the main roads, so the kids all go over there, and we've got a couple of those. I think the best, I gotta get rid of this message. I don't know why the iPhone doesn't.
I think you need to turn it on Do Not Disturb is the trick.
On Facebook before we do this?
Yeah, so you have to put your phone on Do Not Disturb so that none of your stuff comes through. Unless
That's
it's
good.
one of your favorites. Because I guess the favorites like bust through like the Kool-Aid man.
All my favorites are here in the office with me.
So unless one of our staff members are calling, I think we'd be okay. So yeah, I think sledding and stuff like that. But if you're stuck inside like me, because you don't like to be cold, or I don't know, there's other things that you can do.
Yep, so we're gonna hit you with some things that may not be as popular with your kids. However, the reality is they're gonna come back in after about 2 hours. They're gonna be exhausted. You're gonna hit them with some hot chocolate with the little marshmallows on the top of it, and then whoosh, this list of chores of things that they can do.
Let's get organized.
So we're gonna talk, and who was our special guest?
So I know that I had to write it down because I actually don't know anything about it. But that Marie Kondo, I know she's like really popular right now. Her book is called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. There's also a Netflix, I guess, like docu-series. I tried to tune in last snow day, ironically enough. I got through about 16 minutes and turned it off. So not to say it wasn't interesting, I was just a little distracted with eating and doing other things. But I think that being stuck in your house is a good opportunity to do some of the stuff that you put off. For me, it's cleaning my closet and cleaning the infamous junk drawer. Do you have a junk drawer in your house?
Yeah, but it's pretty thinned out. It's.
I have to imagine that Jennifer keeps that.
Yeah,
That's pretty. We have multiple junk drawers in our house. Probably too many.
Every couple of years, we'll go through a cleansing, so to speak. And a few years ago, the big thing is we got rid of 90% of our plastic Tupperware.
Yes, that's my goal for this year. It was one of I don't make resolutions, but like that was definitely on my list of like buy Pyrex and get rid of the plastic.
Yep. So definitely a lot healthier, easier to stack, less to keep track of the stuff. We got rid of a lot of duplicate tools. You know, you can only have so many serving spoons and stuff like that. Like how much you're going to serve at one time. You know, you're going to need maybe 10 of them for Thanksgiving, and then the rest of the year you're going to need one. So we thinned those out. You can see the bottom of our junk drawer, like our catch-all utility drawer. We definitely have other areas where we've hidden stuff, not like in Friends, that one closet that Monica always kept locked.
Yeah.
And then you open it up and everything falls out.
That's what my entire house looks like.
Hidden
I need Marie Kondo to come to my house and give me. I did watch in the little bit that I did watch. I did find it interesting that she has this thing where she wants you to like kind of like name the attachment. Like, how does this make you feel?
Oh.
Does it make you feel? Which I think is a good like way of looking at stuff. Like, does this bring you?
So she's like, does this pen bring you happiness? Okay, we throw it out.
You
should do that.
Yeah, pretty much. So I don't know. I mean, if anybody knows a lot about this, I know that it's all the rage right now. Definitely let us know if it's something that we should dive into on our next snow day. But I do want to tidy my house. I am a very messy person, admittedly. Randy knows if you guys saw my desk. It's just a nice preview of what my life. I'm not dirty, by the way. I'm messy. I know where all my stuff is. I just am,
Kids that are watching this, there's a difference.
Yes, there's absolutely a difference. I don't leave food laying around, but I will definitely throw my coat over the back of a chair. And after 4 or 5 coats, now the chair is...
The chair is nice and warm and snuggy.
And so I'm very guilty of that. And so I would like to tidy up a little bit more because we have a lot of things for a family of 5. I'm always surprised how many things we have.
So when it comes to the kids, if you have ever said, hey, go clean your room, and you come in later and it doesn't look like anything has been done, I got a secret for you. It's your fault. You didn't give specific enough instructions about what was happening. It's pretty much like telling your dog to go upstairs, make the bed, turn the lights off, and come back down. Your dog's just gonna sit there and look at you, and your kids are gonna be no different. So one tip that I'd like to share with you that I've done since they were young is we start with nothing and we work our way back to something. And what I mean by that is if they're cleaning out their dresser drawers or their closet or this or that or the other, empty the closet, and only things that can go back in will go back in. So for example, let's say you're working on, I like the dresser drawers. But the dresser drawers, you take the dresser drawers into the hallway. Obviously, you make sure that your floors are clean ahead of time, and you just dump them. Because God knows, those clothes probably aren't folded anyway. They were folded when they put them in the drawer, but they're not folded anymore. So don't get hung up on that. If they're already folded, then you probably don't need this advice. You probably have the perfect child as far as cleanliness is concerned. They're probably doing something else behind your back that you don't know. You might want to look for that. But take the stuff out in the hallway, dump it out, let them go through it. You know, we call it fashion show time. Try it on. Does it still fit?
There's a meme going on around about that. Like, and it's like a woman, she's wearing like a feather hat or something. It's like, this is what happens when you clean out your closet, which I can definitely attest to. I have a different mode as far as like cleaning my clothes out. I flip all my hangers around, and if the hanger is still flipped because I haven't worn it, I am supposed to get rid of it.
Did you get that from someone?
I think I read it online somewhere.
That's good. I like
so,
that. I like that a lot.
It only works if you do seasonal closets, which is something I try to do. I try to take out stuff because I have a little bit of a...
No, I think it could work. I mean, I don't do seasonal closet, and I think for me it would work. It's funny because I like to wear short sleeve shirts. I'm always hot. I
got 5 coats on.
Whatever. So, it's funny because when I walk through the closet, because our closet's a little bit tight, I always feel like the long sleeve shirts are grabbing onto my arm as I'm coming through, like, wear me.
Take me to the Goodwill.
Wear me. I'm like, no, I can't wear you today. Maybe some other day, or maybe when I grow back into you or something, to shrink back into you.
So that's what I'm guilty of, that is like holding on, like, oh, this doesn't quite fit, but I love it, especially if it's like a high ticket item or something that has some sentimental value. I hold on to things. But so you would just need to give yourself a timeline. Like if I haven't worn something in the last 6 months, I would. So I just do mine seasonally. If I didn't wear something by the end of the season, when I'm taking that stuff out, it goes in the donation pile. The other struggle is me getting that donation pile out of my house without me rummaging back through it like a junior hoarder, taking my belongings back from myself.
So that brings up a good point. So we're avid Goodwill donators. We donate all the time. I am amazed, and probably the IRS is too, at how much stuff we donate in a year, and we never run out. It's like someone's just creating stuff in our house and it just never goes away. We give away so much stuff. In fact, we just bought a bunch of games for Christmas, and we had a bunch of old board games. We play family game night religiously, like several times a week usually. But there are some games that we just hate. And so we'll give those games, sometimes we'll give them away. They'll be a mint condition, played one time. They're like,
perfect game.
Gone. We know we're never going to play it again. We've got 300 of them on the shelf downstairs. There's no point in having 301. But a point about Goodwill is, keep in mind that Goodwill is supporting people that have less money than you. It's where people go and get good deals, and not just Goodwill, but all of the Goodwill type industries that are out there. There's tons of them. So if you gave away stuff in December and you've got more stuff that you go through now, get it out there, get it out of your house, put it in the front seat of your car. Don't put it in the trunk. Put it in some place that's going to be a constant reminder that you need to stop and get rid of it.
Yeah, it's like the shame, like the bag of shame that you're like, people think that you're driving around with a bag of trash in your front seat. Maybe, I actually don't have room in my backseat because I always have signs.
Maybe when we drive around and we're seeing hoarders, maybe that's what they're doing.
That is what they're doing.
They're taking everything to Goodwill and they're just on their way.
They are.
I'd like to think that was true, but we know it's not. I love it when it's just filled up all around them. And it's just like, you can just barely see into their car.
Yeah, I'm like,
wow,
can't.
That's got to be debilitating. To have to live like that. They definitely need to. I
apologize if you guys if there's a hoarder watching. I love you. I love you so much.
If you are watching and you're a hoarder, private message us and we will send you the address of the nearest Goodwill Center.
Yeah.
And we'll help
or you can have some, they'll come to your, it's not the Goodwill. If you have a...
AmVets,
Purple Heart,
all of those guys.
They will come to your house and pick stuff up. So yes, donate. Clean your stuff out. Give your stuff away. There are people out there that need stuff. And all year round, like Randy and I joked around at the end of last year, go to the Goodwill on December 31st, and the line is forever long. They do need stuff all year long. Whatever organization that you like to donate to, I like to donate to Anna's house in Bel Air.
Yes, definitely.
So donate your stuff. I also like to clean out my kitchen drawers and stuff and get rid of things that I don't like, whatever thing I bought. Utensils. The new crock pot that is still has
pressure
the plastic.
Cooker.
Pressure cooker, the Instapot. If somebody needs Instapot, I have one. You can have it. I don't even need it.
We use ours all the time now.
I haven't used it, but I did just buy. So we just got an air fryer. And we got it ironically the day before it snowed, so I air fried everything.
So it doesn't require grease?
No, you can put like a little extra in there if you want to, but
what if you want it to taste like grease?
Well, that defeats the purpose, and you need to just fry it.
How does that even work?
I don't know. Does anybody know the science behind it? Is real.
It sounds like Star Trek.
It is. I'm going to bring you some tater tots. We're going to air fry some stuff.
We are going to cook next week on the air. I don't know what our topic is. I need to change it. Next week is air frying and you.
Air frying. And so we did tater tots. I like to cook. I'm not much of a cook. I don't like to do it. I don't know if I'm okay. I think I'm pretty okay at it. But I will bake when it snows.
Jennifer several years ago taught me the difference between cooking and baking. Cooking, baking. Baking is in the oven, cooking is on top of the stove. I was like, because I would just use the two interchangeably. What are you baking? What are you cooking? She's like, I'm not baking.
I'm not baking anything. I don't like to bake. Baking you have to be really, it's like exact.
Yeah.
So I usually use just like a mix. I'm not, if I said like, oh, I'm making muffins, I didn't like make them from scratch. I use like a box thing that says put an egg, put some oil, bake for...
Throw in some ingredient that no one calls for to see if anyone recognizes it.
I made some banana nut muffins that were delicious. And I ate all of them.
That's actually in our recipe for this month's newsletter that's being produced in the next room right now. Banana nut muffins.
Look out for your newsletter coming out. This banana nut muffin.
So we've basically summed up some snow day activities. Obviously, it's great to get outside and enjoy it. Don't feel like you're trapped in your home. If you can, don't be driving if you can afford that, unless you're riding in the car with me and we're looking at houses, which I know there's a couple people out there that are wondering if we're going to do that. Yes, we are going to do that this weekend. I'll pick you up in the Suburban. And definitely get some cleaning. If you are looking to put your house on the market in the next couple of months, please start getting rid of some stuff.
Declutter. You have to plan like you're moving. Like, I think that's the most important thing is like you tell people like, you're going to put your house on the market. We're going to sell your house. So just plan for that. Clean the stuff out. Start packing stuff away. Pack it up. Put it out there.
Go pay $100. Get a storage unit. Stack it up in there. Mark it. Label it. If it turns out a year later you still haven't used it, great. Somebody else maybe can use it. Your junk is their treasure.
Absolutely. So we look forward to hearing about all of your snow day activities, since it sounds like we're having one maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't think the weather people know, though. Do they?
No, they don't. Definitely don't know.
I should have went to school to be a meteorologist because, the accuracy, what is... I'm not poo-pooing the
It's
crap.
2%. It's roughly 2%.
It's 2%. Any career path where you only have to be right 2% of the time,
it's a safe career.
It is. So.
I remember when I was teaching, this was elementary school, they had a meteorologist come in, and one of my coworkers, I was the science teacher, so how dare she invite a meteorologist in without even consulting me. But they invited one in, and they wouldn't let me near. They wouldn't even let me around when the meteorologist, because I
It's like a
compared
fight.
I compared meteorology to voodoo.
Oh. Shout out to all the meteorologists out there. We appreciate your guessing.
Well, you guys have a great week. Stay safe out there, and we will see you next week. Love ya.
Let it snow.
Oh, took my hat off.
That's my snow dance.